Hey guys, what's going on? T Reaper here, back again with another video, and today we are going to address a topic that many of my fellow YouTubers have actually addressed already, but I have yet to give my spin on it. That is the comatose and the plague that is diabetic gaming. I'm actually one of the very few people that have not actually touched on this yet, and I've noticed everybody has been, kind of hinting at it, just so you know, what there is, plans in the works to actually do a collaboration with Mr. Erock X. Shout out to him, and I'm sure we'll touch on this in greater detail than I can in this video. But before I get on to my irks and irritations with diabetic gaming, I want to give a quick shout out to Snaps and Xbox 448. They actually let me join their stream around this time yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. We played for about 2 hours, and needless to say, I actually kicked their ass, but it was a lot of fun, and they were good sports about it, so shout out to them. I also have 4 of these matches for future videos, so this is the first one we played, and it trust me when I say it only gets better. So shout out to Xbox 448 and Snaps and everybody we played with. I had a lot of fun. On to the comatose. I mean, I guess this all started with next gen and him turning, semi-pony and, all this, bullshit that, Xbox got no games, Xbox needs to step it up, God of War is, the wonderful, freaking paradise of the future, it is Jesus. And if you honestly had to ask me personally, I would personally say I think next gen legitimately needs to find Jesus. I think he needs to find his his green soul again, because I think he lost it back when he was trying to throw that axe, because he was so comatose with the freaking nerve damage in his fingers that he could barely throw it when he was playing God of War. But hey, that's just what I personally think. But yeah, it's just it's just all this hatred, and you got these fanboys that legitimately don't necessarily know how to play their games correctly, or they they don't know what type of game they personally like, so they want to hate on other people for liking what they like. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of that too, but I don't honestly do it without cause. And meanwhile, you got a whole bunch of people saying God of War is the new game of the year just because it sold 3-point-something million. And listen guys, I don't give a shit how much something sells. I don't call something game of the year unless you impress me. That God of War did not actually impress me. I'm sorry. It was a good game. It had an interesting story arc, but once I figured out what that story arc was, I was like, yo, this is dog shit. Or at least dog shit compared to other games that I have played in the past. And then you got then you got the other aspect of it, which is people not liking Microsoft for whatever reason and preferring Sony. Always you go up into a store and the instant the GameStop clerk sees you buying something for Xbox, they want to legitly try to convince you psychologically and with their words to buy it for PlayStation. I'm like, nah, fuck you. This is Xbox is my brand, and this is where I'm staying, no matter how much you say PlayStation is better. I work with people at work that I still have a PS3. This dude legitimately came up to me and was like, yo, when I get a PS4, we'll play some multiplayer. And I'll be like, fuck no, hell no. It's just like I don't play multiplayer games on freaking PS4. I play it on Xbox only, And truth be told, I'm actually I'm waiting for E3 because I'm considering actually selling my PlayStation. I don't need it anymore. The main reason I legitimately got a PlayStation 4 was for God of War, one and done, and I'm like, I'm ready to actually sell that shit. What's actually stopping me is I don't know how much longer I have to wait for Days Gone and Death Stranding, and Last of Us 2, which is the only things that are stopping me from selling it right here and now. I also bought it for 2 reasons back before this was common knowledge, whereas I bought it for God of War and the new Kingdom Hearts, because back then I thought Kingdom Hearts was only going to be on PlayStation. So I bought it for 2 games, and then it turned into 1 game, which was God of War. And again, 13 hours, I was one and done. Then I spoiled it for 6,000 people, and then banned. But it's just diabetic gaming is just viewed as cancerous. It's viewed as fanboys that want any reason to hate the opposite platform, even if they're not any good at it. And you have some of those people in this community right here and now, and I could name a few of them. Maybe with that collaboration video, I'll name a few. But but you have these fanboys that want any excuse to name PlayStation the paradise of Jesus and the holy grail of gaming. But there are some of us that legitimately are loyal to Microsoft and are loyal to what we enjoy, and that basically is what it comes down to. It comes down to what you personally enjoy as a gamer. I'm so sick and tired of fanboys and casuals and gamers alike picking up a system that costs between $200 and $500 US dollars, and not knowing what games to buy for it. Or picking up that same console and not investing as much as they should. And that just irks the living crap out of me. If you're gonna be a gamer, please be prepared. It's just like don't go buy a system and not know what you're going to get for it. Have a plan. Have a roadmap. For the future of your of your gaming career, however short or long it may actually take you. Don't just go into a store, buy, oh, this looks good, so I'm gonna buy it. What comes next? No, don't do that, because it's just like it makes you look stupid and makes you look unprofessional as a gamer. Now I know we're not all professional gamers, and again, shout out to Xbot448, because we were in the middle of this match, and he told Oh Snaps, he's like, be careful, Reaper takes this game really seriously. She's like, okay, Xbot, sure he does. And then and then we were on the second match, and I kept winning, and she's like, wow, Xbot, you weren't kidding. And I'm like, yeah, he wasn't joking. I'm not, and I'm not claiming to be the best at this game whatsoever. I have friends on my friends list that are way better than me. I'm more of an average person, but in no way am I cancerous when I play. I legitimately like to, I try as hard as I can to go positive, and that's basically all that really matters to me as a gamer. Other people play to have fun and enjoy themselves. I legitimately try my best to, try to, improve as much as I can, and I learn from matches, and stream, and playing with other people and how they play. There are some people that I know in my personal life and fellow gamers that I know I will never beat, just because sometimes it's because of their age, sometimes it's because of their because they played longer than me, sometimes it's just plainly because they're better than me. There's a whole bunch of different factors, and then sometimes this is kind of one of the core factors I look at, is like how much gameplay time over me do they have, and how much more dedication time do they have over me. But with the whole diabetic thing, it's just like everybody wants to bring each other down. Please, don't stop doing that. It was funny for a while, but what you're really trying to do is you're trying to proclaim Sony as the holy grail that we should all move to and just forget Xbox. And that's cool if you're above the age of 35 and you're old as fuck and you can't play multiplayers no more. But for us young dudes that or for us average age dudes that can still play multiplayers and still bring off a positive KD, please just go fuck off. Like, no pun intended to anybody who takes that offensively, but like that's just what I think when people like Z or or the other people that are on the sides of diabetics, or the wonderful ponies that say PlayStation is better. Like, please, just because you're old and just because you don't enjoy multiplayers anymore, don't say Microsoft is shit. Don't say Microsoft is crap. It's okay if you don't like their wonderful exclusives. It's okay if you want to put Xbox in the trash, trash can. Z. But don't be professing diabetic gaming to the rest of us, because some of us actually enjoy it, and some of us really do play games, and some of us really do actually have fun in streams like this. That kind of when we hear about diabetic gaming, it kind of just sucks the fun out of your day. That is just like, it's just not needed. Overall, I think most of the time, people people like Xbot or people like OSnaps or people like myself, we have fun playing in these streams. We have fun playing with other, community members, and when diabetic gaming is concerned, it just sucks the fun, and it's just needless bullshit that you just don't need. And ponies, if you want to enjoy God of War for the for what it is, I mean, for what it is, OSnaps and Xbox tried to red box it. I sold it for a bag of weed. It wasn't actually worth it. Trust me. I spent $200 on that shit. I sold my hard copy for weed. I'm done with it. I've moved on. It wasn't that impressive. Now when we now later on in this year we'll have the ponies will have Spider-Man. They'll have Detroit Become Human. And I'm everybody's now touting Spider-Man. I'm like, that doesn't really interest me very much. And I don't, not to say that I think it's, bad in any way, or just that I don't like Spider-Man. It's just like, doesn't really interest me. What does interest me is Shadow of the Tomb Raider, multiplat, Red Dead Redemption 2, multiplat, the new Call of Duty, multiplat, And again, back to, the diabetic gaming, and exclusives. Sometimes the concept of the reason a game does well, just pointing this out there. Ever hear of, trademarks in the game industry? Master Chief, Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Nathan Drake, Kratos. The reason, Marcus, the reason these things sell so well is because they've been there forever. It's God of War, people. It's gonna sell. Common sense. Like, legit. Don't be surprised that it legitimately overdoes, Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted. That's just the common sense right there. Anyway, this is T Reaper. That's my thoughts on diabetic gaming. Leave a like if you agree with my opinion. I will be back next week with a topic on dedication of games. Peace out, everybody. And shout out to all my new subscribers and viewers. Peace out.